Okay, let's go over crude. Okay, so yesterday, let me put it over top here. Here's what we were looking at yesterday. All right, this is a large time frame. So if we break these levels, these outer edges, we're going to look for a what? This is the 5 Simrenko. We're going to look for a J signal setup, an ABC setup. It's exactly what I drew in for you yesterday. Here it is. It happened right after I got off the mic. About an hour and some change later, hour and a half later. I said when you get into chop mode like this, when you're chop, 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 profile was down here. Actually, we'll just make this green. Our profile was down here, and our high value area was up here. Nice and little pretty for you. And we were bouncing between profile off the large time frame. Back and forth. Right? So we're bouncing in between here at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I said we got to get through these levels. Once we get through these levels, we're going to look for an ABC long, breakout retest long, or an ABC short. I drew these in right at 8:30, 8:45 in the morning. ABC short, check it out. She broke. We got a trend change. My projected trade worked out textbook. Came back up. We tested exactly at the projected level. And I said this is the quiet before the storm. There it was. And it absolutely nailed it. Remember, Jason was very simply getting outside of low value or high value, or getting back inside. You want to get as close to market profile as possible. Almost a 100-tick trade. Really nice move down to the downside. There's your exact bar entry. Now, what do you recognize about that trade that I did the conference call on this week? What do you recognize on this trade? Let me blow it up a little bit for you. What do you recognize on this trade that I just went over? I went over in the conference call this week. What do you recognize on this trade? Well, what do we go over in the conference call? Moving average crossover, right? I said if the moving average crosses over and you break LV at the same time, you have confluence. It's exactly what I went over Wednesday night for around 20 minutes. It's on the recorded conference call. There's my moving average crossover. There's my break of LVA. That's confluence. And sure enough, our exact topic that we went over this week nailed this huge runner. And that's what I was talking about. If you need to review that, go ahead and review the last video on our private little conference calls we have, because that's exactly how I drew it up, right? You cross over, you look for the first retracement with a J signal. If you're breaking through LV and HVA, that means you have double confluence. Look for a big move. These are the little things you need to look for, okay? You need to look for things like that. It's really, really going to help you out. All right? Now, what are we going to do today? Yesterday, this is how I drew it up. This is the pattern we look for. It's called a 1, 2, 3 pattern. Break LVA. Retest LVA. Same old setup every day. Same setup for 30 years. Going strong. Break. Retest. No need to find the next holy grail. It doesn't exist. Just use order flow. Break LVA. Caught the wrongly positioned traders here. Look for a natural retest. Fibonacci dots caught the area. Elliott wave caught the possible wave pattern 3 down. There's your triangle order market delta imbalance to get in the trade. Okay? Now what you don't want to do is be smart. Don't be trading trades down here like this, these dots. You got to trade at or near market profile because you're catching the wrongly positioned traders. That's the key to this system. I made this system based upon this pattern of breaking, retesting, high value, low value. Okay? So we got to get as close to it possible. It can exceed it and come up to this black line. I don't care. You just don't want to be trading all the way down. Don't let the market come all the way down 100 ticks and think you're going to be cute, get in the market, it's going to continue. It doesn't work that way. Typically, oil moves about 100 to 150 tick intraday unless we have a big move anyway, and then it rebounds. So the bottom line is it break low value, retest, That's how you can project this stuff way ahead. Now we're going to project the same trade this morning. I'm going to go over it again. Because when you're in a chop market like this, like I said, when you're bouncing in between value, right? When you're bouncing in between values, bouncing, HV is right at the top here. Right there. LVA was down here. When you're bouncing in between value like this, bounce, 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 bounce. When you exceed value, you're going to catch a lot of wrongly positioned traders. A lot of market profile traders have no clue what they're doing, how to trade market profile. They think, oh my goodness, it's at LVA, I have to buy it. No, you don't. No, you buy pullbacks with trend, LVA, if it's in an uptrend, or you sell HV in a downtrend, but you just don't buy low value area. A lot of these books they read about market profile, they're incorrect. Very low probability trades. The best way to do it is exceed market profile, retest it, get back inside of it, retest it. Then you look for a Fibonacci dot, arrow, triangle, you're good to go. Okay? So that is called a 1, 2, 3 pattern. The projection worked out perfect yesterday.